big conversation about the defense, something called the Defense Production Act, and making sure that health officials and healthcare workers who are on the front lines get the tools they need. I want to quickly play, before a very exciting announcement with a dear friend of mine, I want to play Peter Navarro. Peter Navarro yesterday was on TV. Of course, he serves as assistant to the president and director of trade and manufacturing policy. This is from C-SPAN. Yesterday, cut 15, him talking about this partnership, this mobilization of companies to assist American healthcare workers to get them the protective gear and equipment they need.
What I want to talk briefly about is the Defense Production Act. And to give you the overview here, using the full power of private enterprise and the full force of the federal government, my job at the White House is to make sure, tactically, working with FEMA and HHS, the American people, particularly our healthcare professionals, get the gloves, the masks, and all of the personal protective equipment they need. And
the gloves, the mask, the personal protective care and equipment that they need. What a joy and an honor it is to welcome back to the Mike Gallagher Show the inventor of MyPillow. You see him on TV. He's on this show all the time. We love the company. We love the product. In fact, I just happened to personally, for what it's worth, order a duvet last night for my bed because I got a lot of time on my hands and I'm ordering a little too much. But Mike Lindell has an announcement on this show that has nothing to do with pillows. Mike, I know you guys have been going through it like we all have. But like a typical entrepreneur and a faith-based guy who has optimism, you guys have stepped up in a big way, and I am very proud to have you make the announcement about what you're doing right now with regards to healthcare workers all over America. First of all, before the announcement, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's really gave me a lot of hope the last few days here when we finally got this to fruition here, all the work we've done over the past couple of weeks. But we are now making face masks for hospitals across the country. And it's funny you brought up Peter Navarro. He's been a big help to me. We reached out to him about a week ago. This administration is doing so much to bridge things between the private sector and government, and it's just been amazing. But we're in full production on masks as of today, face masks, and I even switched over, Mike. We have where my toppers are made in Massachusetts and Connecticut, and also some of my products being made in North Carolina. We switched them all over to face masks, so we are going to be producing. I want to be getting up there around 40,000 a day. I'm just we're cranking them out. I'm very excited.
So I'm excited too, and I've been dying to tell everybody about it because I knew this for the last couple of days, and we wanted to wait till we could make the announcement together. I'm so overwhelmed because this is that example that we've been talking about of the private sector stepping up. MyPillow, your factories, you guys manufacture bedding, pillows, the best pillows in the world. All these products, doggy beds, body pillows, the go anywhere MyPillows. So you guys have manufacturing facilities that make things. So why not make these desperately needed face masks for hospital workers? So, I guess I don't really understand how you make a pillow. I mean, I've been to your facility many times. I've watched it in action. It's pretty cool. But the idea, but it seems like a no-brainer that if you've got a company that is manufacturing pillows, you can make masks too for hospital workers.
Right, absolutely, and there is more to it than you think too. We had to do a complete switch over. We finally got the elastic because there was a shortage for a little bit on elastic, and we found out that the hospitals didn't want latex; they couldn't have latex, and so we did a complete switch in about a half a day. I mean, just little things like that. That certain ones, certain specs, and even though I'll tell you, Mike, it's been without this administration, I don't know where we'd be because they've done so much to help anyone out there that's looking. I mean, they were a big help in this. That guy you just Peter Navarro.
I mean, he was. I saw him interviewed, and he just says we're putting the fear of God into everybody. We're doing our best to move mountains, and Mike, they're doing it. I mean, look at what you're responding with. My Pillow stepping up and suddenly making thousands and thousands of masks.
Right, and then I'm going to tell you too. I want to tell your audience we look at this. I want to give people a lot of hope too. There's another thing that My Pillow is doing. We were gonna wait and launch. I'll announce both things on your show, Mike. We have the mystore.com, and we're actually going to launch that early. We're going to launch next week because we've been working on for 6 months before this pandemic. We've been working on it's a 24-hour sanitizer, hand sanitizer, and things like these you're going to need when we finally get back to work or everybody gets back into whatever this footprint is when we come out of this. Let me remind everybody about My Store, because this has been a brainchild of yours for a long time. This gives entrepreneurs who are vetted by you and your instincts. You're incredible, one of the most successful businessmen in the country, in the world. They can bring products, and after you vet them, they will be sort of fulfilled through your site, mystore.com, which gives a lot of entrepreneurs. And listen, as we're going back to work eventually, at some point when this thing is over, we're going to need to get this economy back. We're going to need to get entrepreneurs back up and running. It sounds to me like My Store is a perfect way to do it. It's a perfect fit, and it's a safe place for entrepreneurs to go, so they don't have to live in be lost in Amazon or lost in all these places where people get copied, or things get copied, and
they get swallowed up. They get swallowed up.
Yeah, you don't. Right, yeah. You don't get your great product out there, and but I'm really excited to get this hand sanitizer out there, and I want people to. I'm going to give people another little bit of hope here. You might remember the Tylenol scare back in I think it was the 80s. Do you remember that?
Sure, when it was poison,
Right. Well, when that happened, Tylenol stepped up and made these safety caps, and you know what? It changed the whole world. Everybody put safety caps on ketchup, everything across the world. So we were better coming out of it. And 9/11, what came out of 9/11? It came out all these safety things we put in so we wouldn't have terrorism here in our country. We put up this great proactive protection. Well, I can tell you, with this administration, when we come out of this, there are going to be so many things put into place that's going to protect us for something potentially in the future that could have been even worse. And we're not going to be relying on China manufacturing where we don't have our medical supplies here, where there was so much reliance on overseas for this. Now we're going to be. People learn from and this president that we have. He's going to be so amazing, being his skill now that God gave him to see a problem. Here's a solution, and what it manifests to. I would want nobody in charge more than him to figure out all these things that need to be put in place for when we go back to work.
Mike Lindell, you should see all the text messages that are pouring in right now. People are commenting about how grateful they are to you and to My Pillow for stepping up in a time of a national emergency. What an incredible story. My Pillow is beginning production today of thousands and thousands of much needed face masks for hospital workers all over America. Mike, I'm blown away by it. God bless you. I'm praying for you and for your team, and I'm so grateful for the day I met you and I got to tell the world about My Pillow on the Mike Gallagher Show. All the best, Mike.
Thanks, Mike. God bless you all.
Take care. That's the one and only Mike Lindell. Isn't that incredible? They're going to be manufacturing, and he's been working on this for weeks, of course, with the government. Again, there are people that despise this president, but recognize his ability to marry business and the private sector with the government in a time of need, and to watch this happen and to see My Pillow now manufacturing thousands and thousands of face masks in a partnership with the government is it's pretty overwhelming.